Hello, all guys, gals, and non binary pals. Welcome to the newest episode of the Noobs and Knockouts podcast, brought to you on YouTube, on Spotify, on Google, and Apple Podcasts. I'm Austin. I'm a knockout. Watched a lot of wrestling.
I'm David. I'm a noob. Haven't watched nearly as much wrestling. I have been getting into gambling recently though, and I discovered you guys won't believe this. I discovered an underground fight temple. Okay, and I heard that there's some big monster guy who holds some fucking belt. I don't know. He sounds like a chump. I'm putting all my money on the motherfucker who's challenging him. Totally gonna beat him. Totally not gonna be crushed within 2 seconds. I'm feeling really confident in my chances. Let's go.
This is me when I gamble on college football games sometimes. Yeah!
It's fine.
Yeah, we are returning to Lucha Underground Season 2.
Yes, we are.
It was last time we were here. It was the first episode since Aztec Warfare when Dario Cueto returned to take back over the temple with his monster god brother to win the title. And so last time we were here, Dario, he brought back live music. Isn't that fun?
Yeah. So we truly are back. Ignore all other corruption that has oozed its way back into the temple with the return of Dario.
No. Pentagon Jr. came out and demanded a title match with Matanza because hey, he ain't been pinned. He wasn't in the he wasn't in Aztec Warfare last week.
For reasons, he didn't really make it to Aztec Warfare in all that cohesively.
And Cueto was like, nah, I don't think so. And then Penta threatened to break his arm. And Dario's like, what I meant to say is absolutely.
I don't think such a good idea has ever been proposed in my temple.
Yep. And then first match, we had Mr. Cisco and Cortez Castro, the Crew, versus Johnny Mundo and Taya. The Crew get the dub. Especially after Brian Cage came down to make sure there would be no shenanigans happening here.
Johnny Cage gets within Brian Cage gets within 20 feet of Johnny Mundo, and he just starts fucking cowering and shivering like a goddamn chihuahua.
Yep. And then we get the backstory on Mariposa.
Oh yes.
The greatest warrior in the history of the Moth tribe.
Yeah, she beats up mafia luchadors. No other person could do that.
Who want all of the Moth's money because
yes,
in the lore of in the Lucha Underground universe, in ancient Azteca that was ruled by the 7 tribes, the Moth tribe were the rich ones.
The Moths are the rich ones. They are drawn to gold as the moth to flame. It makes sense. Don't think about it or I will kill you.
Mm-hmm. And then Dario Cueto was accosted in his office by Katrina, who honestly was not... Katrina, accepted the defeat of losing the temple back to Dario, She said, fair play.
She said,
let's move on.
She said, yeah, what's a hostile retakeover between business colleagues?
He's like, you got me.
Yeah, it was good. Touche, ta-da-ta.
But Dario Cueto gives the Disciples of Death a title rematch, and Katrina swears that the Mil Muertes will get his title back from Matanza. So
it's gonna happen at some point.
Meanwhile, we do get that trio-ship match. It is an eliminator match between the Menage a Trois of Brutality, our champions on Helico, Ivelisse, and Son of Havoc, versus the Disciples of Death, El Sinestro de la Muerte, Trece, and Barrio Negro.
And in case there was any ambiguity after the last time Menage a Trois of Brutality beat them, this time they just fucking... Menage a Trois of Brutality manages to numbers game them, but of course, in the end, Son of Havoc gets the ultimate dub, yada da 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 da, and they're super mega dead now.
Yeah, but upcoming will be a new trios tournament. So that'll be exciting.
That is exciting, actually, legitimately.
And then Dario Cueto has Rey Mysterio in his office. Rey Mysterio is like, I'm here for El Dragon Azteca, the one who came into the temple and then died and never came back. Weird, isn't it? And Dario's like, yeah, weird. And Dario was like, yeah, that is weird.
Anyway, can I interest you in some nice wrestling?
Yeah, so Dario Cueto was basically like, hey, you got a place in my temple whenever you want, as long as you never ask me anything about El Dragon Azteca again.
Not one, or I will kill you.
Rey does drink to it, though. And so, for now, Dario's secret is safe.
Yeah, secret. I really need to put that in quotation marks. Dario's secret.
Rey absolutely knows that Dario had something to do with it.
Rey is 100% privy to what the fuck is going on here. He's just like, yeah, I do like wrestling, though.
Yeah, I do like having a job and getting paid.
True.
So I will shut up.
Yeah, this whole like interpersonal ancient tribe mafia shit doesn't actually pay the bills super well.
No, it doesn't. WWE is not picking up my calls right now, so I will shut up about the fucking murder.
Vince, anyway.
And then we get Mariposa versus Sexy Star. The Mac continues to be the worst therapist in the history of therapists.
I'm starting to think this guy doesn't have a license.
I don't think he does either, because he seems to think that Sexy Star needs to face her kidnappers head on in order to move on from this traumatizing experience. It doesn't really work out. Mariposa wins.
She probably only got traumatized more.
But hey, I mean, woohoo! Mariposa got the win. It wasn't the best thing ever because Mariposa's as a wrestler, but
yeah.
you know,
maybe she should consider other careers, like, I don't know, cheerleading or something.
Hey. Anyway, before the main event, Dario heads down to the basement in the cage with his brother in it. Unfortunately, winning the championship does not earn his brother any better accommodations. That, you know, he's not getting the champion's bonus pay. Actually, you know what? I think we need to consider that Dario Cueto might be trying to skim money by having his brother as champion. Because does he pay his brother? His brother just hangs out just lives in a cage in the basement. It's debatable. It's debatable how much he would get paid. How much, like, he eats. Like, what is his living expenses?
I mean, I will raise you the further question of what the fuck does an eldritch god need with mortal money?
That's another good question that again leads back to my argument that Dario Cueto is now just pocketing the money he would pay the champion by having the champion be Matanza.
Obviously, this is part of Dario Cueto. Like, why do you think he has such a vested interest? He's not altruistic toward his own fucking brother. It just means extra money for him. Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Like, we've never considered this before, but I'm now throwing it out here that he is trying to skirt having to pay wrestlers by having his champion be his brother who he doesn't pay.
Pretty much.
Anyway, Dario returns to the cage basement, and he's like, I need you to destroy Pentagon Jr. forever. And we get to the match, and Matanza gives it his best shot.
Of course. As he does like shooting with his fists and entire body.
Matanza destroys Pentagon Jr. for the win. It's so bad that, like, we're calling the paramedics.
Yeah. And fucking Vampiro, like, rides off in the ambulance with his boy.
It is
So
bad.
concerned. The last year's mutilating monster heel is so out, and now he's just fucking destroyed, dead.
Yeah.
Bye. There can only be one.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks have been very establishing a new pecking order here by having Matanza just plow through everybody.
Pretty much. He's just destroying. But again, I'm sure that the next plucky underdog to go after him it's really gonna happen this time. I believe, personally.
Sure. So it's time for what we're going to watch this week, and it's exciting. We're watching 2 episodes this week. The first time in a while we've done that.
Oh shit! Oh my god! It's back to the twofers. That is exciting.
Yeah. So I plot out a number of episodes. How season 2 is a lot shorter than season 1, 39 episodes versus 26 episodes.
That's wild.
But I want to keep the general pace of how long it took us to get through season 1 for all the other seasons of the show. And so to do that, for this season, we have a lot more times where we're only watching 1 episode.
Correct.
A week. But there are times we're watching 2, and this is one of them. Ooh. As we'll be watching episode 11, Bird of War, and episode 12, Three's a Crowd.
Oh my god, that's such a goofy title.
So as is my usual here, is I read the plot episode description of the episode we're going to watch. The first one, now obviously don't want to go spoiling anything for episode 12. As I consider this is the kind of information that you would see if you were watching on the TV guide and coming across the episode. Therefore, it is fair game to just say that's what's happening. So the trios tournament begins. As I mentioned, Dario announced a new trios tournament to determine a new number 1 contender for the titles, and that is starting this week.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, last time Dario.
Go ahead.
Last time Dario Cueto used the trios tournament as a means of his own personal manipulations and plotting that failed completely, as the team he put together to be a total train wreck ended up winning. So,
yes, and ended up being one of the greatest teams in all of pro wrestling. Thank you.
Yep. So we'll see if this time goes any better for Dario's plans.
I'm going to take a wild guess that the Three's a Crowd episode is going to be the one that's really focusing on that tournament. But, we can get our prelude going.
Yeah. Fenix faces the Monster Matanza Cueto for the championship.
Hey, he's going for that rematch.
He is the Bird of War that is in the episode title.
And he has arisen from the ashes, caca.
I'm sure he'll do great.
I have no doubt.
This is his guaranteed title rematch, if you think about it.
Indeed.
He was the champion going into Aztec Warfare. Sure, it'll go great for him. Famous B seeks his first client. We had our commercials of Famous B. That's 423 get fame. That's 423 get fame. Who says that he can make you famous, and now he has returned to the temple to make some people famous.
He was scouting at fucking Aztec Warfare. I have no doubt he's got a few people on that list. Let's see.
Oh yeah, and then Vampiro fights with his personal demons, which seems like a normal day for Vampiro.
That seems like that up. Yeah, that's just every day. Well, maybe his personal demons will actually, square up and get in the ring this time. Who's to say?
Who knows? Wow, okay. This is the first episode of 6 in a row that they taped on the same day, December 13th, 2015.
Jesus Christ.
And this is after they taped 2 episodes the previous day. They have taped Aztec Warfare and El Jefe is back on December 12th. And then the next day they filmed 6 episodes.
Jesus Christ. How do you fit that many fucking... Okay, whatever. That's crazy.
I mean, none of the backstage bits. You're just going back to back to back to
Back
back
to
to
back
back
to...
to back.
And you know what? The believers are crazy enough to just like strap in for all of it.
Hell yeah. So, if you would like to watch along with us, well, you can do so in the easily legal methods of, Amazon Prime Video, iTunes, Apple Video. You can buy those seasons online and watch them. Or if you know where to find them, and I don't want to encourage anything, but if you know,
implying nothing here.
no, but if you know where to find them, you do. Oh, nice, Big Rick look there.
Thank you. I do my best.
Rip Big Rick.
Rip Big Rick. Died as he lived, wearing an eye patch for some reason.
Absolutely. That his eye never healed.
His eye never healed, even in death.
Anyway, if you know where to look, you can find the episodes online pretty easily.
Yarg.
Yep, so we'll be back in the back half to discuss Lucha Underground Season 2, Episode 11 and Episode 12.
Woohoo!
And we are back. We have finished Lucha Underground Season 2, Episodes 11 and Episode 12. What is that? Bird of War and Three's a Crowd?
Three's a Crowd, the unbelievably cheeky name. Some of these titles, man. Yes, a twofer. You're getting on the Noobs and Knockouts podcast today. How generous of us, truly.
Yep.
And oh boy, after a little bit of kind of winding things back up after Aztec Warfare, oh baby, all of the stories do be flowing again.
No, episode 11 felt fucking crazy.
Both of them felt fucking crazy, but episode 11 especially. Right off the goddamn bat, we are immediately getting back into the cop story.
Well, before that though, we have a bathroom scene. We haven't had a good bathroom confrontation in a while.
Wait, no, this is I could have sworn it was cops and then bathroom.
Not the other way around.
Oh.
You
know why I wrote that? Because I wrote that not when we got the cop vignette, but when we did our previously on Lucha Underground compilation at the very beginning of the episode. So they show clips from the cop story, and I was like, oh, okay. We're gonna be doing this again. But yes, we do. We actually open on oh god, Vampiro is hanging out in front of mirrors again.
He's hanging out in front of the mirror, thinking about if he's going to take his antipsychotics today.
Pills, yeah, holding the antipsychotics that he's been totally taking this whole time.
Hey, listen, buddy, take it from someone who knows it's not a good thing for you to not regularly take your meds. So,
I mean, at this point, Vamp, just either start the regimen or dump him down the drain. There is no wishy-washy with this, brother.
And then,
not gonna help.
Good old Dario Cueto loves to interrogate people in bathrooms.
Yeah. No. Well, not only is he hanging out in front of mirrors, he also Gaga is hanging out in Dario's second office.
Yeah.
Dario dead naming Vampiro to open.
Ian Hodgkinson. Oh, sorry, you don't go by that name anymore.
Yeah,
Vampiro. And so he's apologetic that, of what happened last week with Pentagon Jr. He's like, hey, my brother went too far, but also he was asking for it, right? You get that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's okay. Apologetic for Dario Cueto is oh yeah, that sucks. Anyway.
Yeah, listen, buddy. And he's basically
that's what you get.
He's like, hey, I need you on commentary. So don't go getting any thoughts, because if you try to come at me or my brother, I can't be responsible.
Okay. I wrote down a few direct quotes here because this was fucking insane from Dario. Dario just slips further into madness. So I think you might want to do something stupid right now, like bash my brains in and go looking for my brother. Go looking for he's here. in the temple.
In the
Everybody
cage.
knows this.
But
What
also, I love that because he said some part of you, and then Vampiro's like, all parts of me.
Yes, correct. You know, my brother went too far, but yeah.
You know.
And then so something about like if you lay a hand on my brother, you'll end up regretting it. Dario, you pay dudes to lay hands on your brother. What are you talking about? And then Dario fucking says, "You're very valuable to me. You're practically the boss of Lucha Underground." What does that mean? No, he's not. He's on commentary, Dario. You're the boss of Lucha Underground. What is this mobster intimidation sweet talking shit?
Dario very, very trying to straddle the line between threatening and gassing up Vampiro.
You're practically the boss of Lucha Underground? What does that mean? What does it mean? He's the color commentator. He's not even the lead commentator, Dario.
Yeah. He's like, you know, Ian Vampiro Master, whatever you're calling yourself.
What the fuck?
Is, you know, don't make the same mistake Pentagon did.
Yes.
And then Vampiro, he sits in front of the mirror, he pops the cap, and he takes a couple antipsychotics.
Congrats, he actually took his meds.
Seemingly deciding that he will not fuck around and find out today.
Today being the operative word, I feel like there is another shoe waiting to drop.
Yeah, and then we go back to the world's most inept police station, which is a high bar threshold. But they have made it work here. In the universe of Lucha Underground, the cops aren't any more effective, as they're in the office, and apparently the detective, I guess the police chief doesn't really have much of a case on Dario at all. Great. And the undercover cops have accomplished nothing. That was easy. So
yeah, she congratulates Joey Ryan on getting Dario back to the temple, and Cortez Castro slash Reyes is like,
you did nothing. He did nothing to do that.
He didn't do anything. And
Dario just showed up.
The chief's like, anyway.
And then Joey talks about how he's ingratiated himself with Dario and got himself in the trios tournament with Cortez and Mr. Cisco.
Joey Ryan out here fucking. Well, okay. Also, I want to point out the police chief says, "I want you both on them. Tag team if you have to."
She knows wrestling terms. Great.
Yeah.
She should have said, we really want you to pile drive, Dario. Really
win the belt of justice, as it were.
We need a real body slam on this case. You know.
Also, I have a question. How, because Joey Ryan here is just Joey Ryan. How long has Joey Ryan been a cop?
I feel like we talked about this before as well. But before the last time we talked about it, I did not see in 2012 Joey Ryan belligerent little gut check loser. That's true.
So like, was he copping it up back then too? Was there an underground? Was there a covert case he desperately needed to attend to in TNA as well?
Did he become a cop and then had to keep it going? Like, was he originally a sleazy douchebag? And then
it could explain why he was so belligerent about losing gut check. Like he's like the chief was like, listen,
he's got an undercover case into TNA.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my god, they were investigating the aces and eights.
I was about to say we've heard rumors of a biker gang starting up.
They took out Sting, and they need to get on the case.
Real name Steve Borden. Yeah. So, questions that will never be answered, probably for the best. Also, I want to point out Joey Ryan references Cisco and Reyes / Cortez Castro corrects him to Mr. Cisco. In a way that indicates there might be, I don't know, some BDS element to their long-standing black market breast milk ring. Like, he's like, nah, he's got a title. You got to refer to him or else you're in trouble.
Also, maybe he just respects his teams. He respects.
I don't know, man. There was a there was a haunted look in Reyes's eyes. He goes, Mr. Cisco, he's made that mistake before, and he knows never again, sir. Also, fun fact,
so?
I looked it up. Ricky Reyes is Cortez Castro's like current ring name. So that's neat.
But okay, the chief is just like, just do whatever you need to get close to Dario. If that means winning the trios tag titles, go for it.
Fucking whatever. This chief could not give less of a shit about.
She does not know what the fuck is happening in here.
She does not give a singular shit about Lucha Libre, but is just like, I just fucking hate this guy. You're gonna get his ass, and that's the end of that. Bye bye.
And it's like, yeah, I bet these cops are really gonna bring down Dario Cueto.
Yeah. They've accomplished so much already.
They've accomplished nothing. They didn't accomplish anything when Dario wasn't even in the building.
Yeah. So first of all, how the fuck were they supposed? Yeah. What were they doing faffing around the temple when Dario wasn't even fucking there? And
like, could they have not like brought Katrina in on this? I get she's a ghost. I guess she's a spooky, scary ghost.
Could they not have just gone looking for Dario once they realized he had fucked off from the temple? Cops should be able to do that.
What I'm even saying is, like, did they not look through his office for anything? Because he just kind of ran off. There's no way he, like, it's not like, I doubt that Katrina touched anything. Could they not have done an investigation of his office while he's not there?
I'm starting to think sending your cops in as undercover pro wrestlers is not actually the smartest move.
Like they had like 2 matches, and that they didn't do anything. And for the entire time that Dario wasn't in the temple and couldn't have stopped them. And Katrina probably wouldn't have stopped them if they could have probably been straight up with Katrina, and she'd been like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I fucking hate Dario Cueto. Please, God, do anything to kill him.
What does she care about mortal legal processes? She's a ghost.
She's a goddamn ghost. Like, I guess she's spooky and probably not the most approachable boss in the universe, but like, Jesus Christ, help a guy. Did the chief could have gotten in touch with. Did the chief not tell anybody on the inside what was going on?
No, like I said, like I called this the world's most inept police station. Like, these guys are fucking idiots.
This is so nothing. What is the plan? Okay, well, I'm sure now that Dario's back, they're gonna do something really important and not just keep on wrestling and accomplish nothing else.
Yep.
Anyway, okay.
Sure.
We open on a band of luchadors, El Conjunta Nueva Ola, who they were going.
It's amazing they avoided Katrina's wrath. They're both NPC luchadors and a mariachi band.
Oh shit! Oh shit! They survived the massacre. They were underground.
They were Lucha Underground.
Not the Lucha Underground, because otherwise Katrina would have found their asses. No, they were fucking rocking. I might want to like actually look them up because they were jamming. And I was fucking into it. Matt Stryker welcomes us in, and he kicks us off with his catchphrase that he's totally been saying all season, which is "Let's Lucha." You
had something with like Melissa take it away.
Melissa Sanchez take it away. And then he just
stick with that, bud.
Melissa Sanchez take, which he already tried to gaslight us into believing was his catchphrase the whole time. And now he just drops
that's like a good line. But that's a good line. You should stick to it.
Let's Lucha. Oh yeah, that's such an upgrade. Thank you, Stryker.
Our first match is Evilise versus Cobra Moon. Or
an undefeated newcomer. Okay, she won one match. Calm the fuck down, please.
A match which I wrote. This match will cause so much AEW drama in like 5 years.
Oh my fucking god. You're right.
This is Thunder Rosa versus Evilise 5 years before the nightmare of AEW Dark.
Wait. Oh my fucking god, you're right. Which is funny because I did catch Cobra Moon looking like she was sandbagging Evilise at a few points.
My God, they've done it again. This is long-term storytelling. She sandbagged Evilise on AEW because she sandbagged her on Lucha. Long-term storytelling.
I'm so here for fucking and fucking between our last Lucha Underground episode and the current one, I have freshly learned about the sexy star controversy that happened a few years back that I previously did not know about.
Listen, I wasn't gonna talk about it until it happened in the timeline of this show.
Wait, it happens in the timeline of the show?
As in, like, when it all goes down, yes. It happens mid to late season 3. Not on the show, obviously.
No, I know. It happens at AAA.
But, like, the show was airing season 3 when that happened. Oh, so I wasn't going to bring it up until season 3.
Well, I'm sorry that I spoiled myself on it, but something popped up and I was like, oh, sexy star.
Yeah, if there's someone who knows something about stiffing people in the ring, it's sexy star.
Oh, baby. Well, that hugely changed my entire opinion of her.
And that's why I didn't want to tell you yet.
I'm sorry. Either way. Also, it is today I learned. Okay. Today I learned that Cobra, the Cobra, the word Cobra in Cobra Moon's name is spelled with a K, which after my confusion with how Katrina spelled her name, I think those two just switched letters. Like it was some fucking like Sesame Street shit. Like Katrina came up to Cobra Moon and was like, "Hey, you want to buy a K?" So that was neat.
Speaking of Katrina and Evilise at the same time, I forgot to mention this anecdote, but Katrina did a podcast while season 2 was airing that I listened to at the time, and she mentioned that her favorite person to do the lick of death on was Evilise. Like that was the least, like she thought that was the least sweaty and gross one to do was on Evilise.
And they were temple mates.
And they were temple mates, yeah. But I just remembered that and forgot I hadn't mentioned it while they were actually feuding.
The least sweaty and gross. Yeah, you don't think about that, but she is licking some sweaty fucking boys after those matches.
She is licking dudes who just wrestled for 15 minutes.
Straight salt taste right to her mouth. That poor woman. Also, Vampiro says, because Evilise has some new drip, and it's very like spiky and metallic looking. And Vampiro says of her, bro, Evie has a fresh new look. Looks like a knife. And I'm gonna contest that and say actually she looks more like a cheese grater. And then someone tries to say that Cobra Moon will have the speed advantage here, and I'm gonna press X to doubt on that one. I've seen a Cobra Moon match.
I thought this match was fine, especially because I think Cobra Moon scaled back a little bit on everything has to be like a snake. I think she scaled back on that a little bit, but she still kind of moves pretty slow and clunky in the ring, and so like the match wasn't that great.
Evilise was better at covering it up though than Bengala was.
I think that was also a problem.
Evilise did a good job at like working with that.
I do think it helps because Evilise, I think, is slower than Bengala, so there's less for her to have to slow down to keep up.
Yeah, that's true. She can be fast, but she doesn't work at that like crazy pace that Bengala does.
Right, so her slowing down for Cobra is less noticeable than Bengala slowing down for Cobra.
I would agree with that because Evilise does play as much a heavy hitter as she does a cruiserweight.
Otherwise, the match was kind of pretty technical because Cobra was focused on like moves that are like grips. That's one of those like snake-like qualities I actually like in her performance is a lot of moves that are like wrapping herself around Evilise like a snake.
She is motherfucking flexible.
Yeah. And
she gets a modified tarantula against
Yeah.
Evilise, as Stryker called it. She like wraps her body around the ring post and then like snares Evilise's arms, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. Also, there was this is one of the few commentary notes I have, is Matt Stryker and Vampiro actually taught me something today, and I didn't know that was even possible. So Cobra locks in a move where she is like, it's kind of like a dragon sleeper, but it's almost inverted, where Evilise is like head like face down, head into her Cobra's armpits, as opposed to like a dragon sleeper, you're kind of face up in that position.
Yep.
Yeah. But she has her down, and Stryker makes notice of the way that Cobra has her hands locked in the hold. Specifically, her fingers are as hard. If you're watching on YouTube, you're gonna watch me make these moves, make these grips. But she has her fingers interlocked, and Stryker comments on that as an unusual kind of technique, as opposed to an S grip or a cable grip or a cable lock. For people who know what that is an S grip is when you hold your hands like you kind of like grip your fingers together in a way that's like an S, where each hand is kind of like an S.
Yeah, the two hands orientated
kind of sideways, sideways.
Vertically, and then you interlock the fingers. It's the fucking, like, if you're in a choir, it's how you fucking like it's the like stereotypical like choir singing.
Yes, and then a gable lock, I looked this up, is just straight up palm to palm grip on your hands. Like no finger interlock.
Shit.
Yeah. And Stryker calls this out, and then Vampiro is like, why a gable lock? Why gable lock? And Stryker misunderstands his question, but in a way that we actually learn more. Because he thinks Vampiro is asking why a gable lock as opposed to some other type of lock. And Stryker is like, it's a firmer grip. It makes your fingers less vulnerable. And what Vampiro was trying to ask is, why is it called a gable lock? Because he's like, and I assume it's associated with with Dan Gable. And Stryker's like, yeah, that's what that name is moved after. And Vampiro is like, Dan Gable, one of the greatest amateur wrestlers of all time, for those of you who don't know.
Oh, shit. I missed all of that from them.
Yeah, I thought that was like, what the fuck? This is educational? I didn't know they had it in them.
This is like
the Gringo thing.
Shit. Once in a blue moon, they pull out something actually like smart and useful, and I'm like, why? What? How? How did you do this? You shouldn't.
Yeah,
be
so
able
we had a fun little conversation about like grit and like in holds in wrestling, and like the way you grip your hands for better to make it harder for your opponent to hurt you and break the grip. And with the weakness of having your fingers interlocked is in your fingers are like for front and foremost, and that can be they can be targeted more easily, as opposed to an S grip or a gable grip, where that's harder to do.
And also, if you think about it, if they get like fucking jostled against each other, that's more likely to like fucking snap them or whatever. Also, see, it's funny you got that, because I got just a lot of really stupid commentary notes. I have Stryker says Evilise is starting to get pissed off here. Vampiro replies with, "Yeah, she's hot." Bonk.
Stop! Shut the fuck up with your stupid double entendres.
So yeah, because then Stryker's like, yeah, and she's angry too, and Vampiro's like, yeah.
They're like, God damn it!
I
think I would have let that go if he said, yeah, she's hot. I might have let that go.
We just gotta let those.
Make sure you understand that we were talking that is separate. It's like, and she's angry. Like, fuck off.
Nah, it's just the fact that Vampiro said it. I had to bonk him. Matt Stryker goes from giving very smart technical explanations of different grips to saying such in-depth commentary lines as, "Nice throw from Evilise. Thank Excalibur, Matt Stryker ain't." And then from Vampiro, we got, speaking of Cobra Moon, she's kind of bending in strange ways. Like, Like there's no bones. I don't get it. Like a snake, I guess. No, really? Really? I love that part of Vampiro's. I love that part of Vampiro's character in Lucha Underground. He's just kind of dumb. He's just kind of
He
fucking
is a little
stupid.
bit stupid. Yes.
He's just a little dumb. Okay.
Anyway, you ready?
End of the match.
End of the match. Evilise hits a code red, which is a sunset flip power bomb.
Yes.
And gets the win with the roll-up pin afterwards.
And this is where I noticed maybe a bit of sandbagging from Cobra Moon, because for those unfamiliar, like sunset flip power bomb, you basically like grab your opponent in such a way that
like your opponent is like bent over, and then you jump like you like ride their back and then like flip them over.
Flip them over, slam them down like you would a power bomb.
Yeah.
And that is the most crooked landing to a code red I have ever seen, and I don't think that was Evilise's fault. Like I just saw like Evilise goes for the flip and just fucking it gets wonky in midair, and Evilise is able to correct it by the time they hit the ground, which is insane. But I was like, maybe this is some of the controversy coming out here.
It's only gonna get worse on that one.
The prefiguring, and Evilise says, "I never want to go backstage. I never want to work that bitch again." 5 years later,
yeah. But then after the match, we cut back and we get a vignette for Killshot. I've vaguely hyped up about this, that like we'd get the Killshot backstory soon. I've talked about that before, and here we are. Killshots, and in my notes, American Sniper ass backstory. And I checked the date
or whatever the fuck.
That movie, the book came out in 2012, and the Bradley Cooper movie came out in 2014, which means they absolutely could have taken inspiration from American Sniper.
100%.
Killshot's backstory.
100%. And apparently he was
along with the fact that Killshot himself was a legitimate veteran in the military for like 7-8 years.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
This is actually true?
Yes, it is. He served from 2008 to 2015. That's legit.
Wait, but Lucha Underground debuted in 2014. Was he still serving while working LU?
He actually was wrestling for some of his time as an active service member. His Wikipedia says he debuted in 2011 as a wrestler.
Wait, wait, that's so wild. Swerve, what?
Also, I also thought of this while I was watching this episode. I kill shot when I drive. I kill shot.
Oh, what I said is he was a sniper. His bullets sure didn't swerve. But yeah, so we get the kill. Let's call this what it is. We get the kill shot retcon. And fucking we see footage of him supposedly out in Iraq.
Yeah, so basically he was in Iraq, and he was like, his name is Killshot because he's just so good as a sniper, and he's got 37 confirmed kills, all bad guys, or so they tell me. And
yeah, I was like,
and then his story is at one point he became a POW. And then he fought his way out of the camp.
And we see
a montage of him just killing Arab terrorist NPCs.
No, I will say, most of these men were wearing pretty full face coverings, so I'm choosing to admit that this is just roaming luchador NPCs, Arabic variants.
I would have fucking died if they put luchador masks on.
I was hoping, but you know what? They had the fucking face coverings so close enough.
But no, he just fucking murks a bunch of dudes like the biggest badass, but then he's like,
and with top tier CGI on his gun firing, by the way.
I saw the little animations when he shoots the gun.
They just imported a green screen effect from YouTube. And they didn't even like integrated into the rest of the editing. It was just fucking there.
He did Hurricane Rana, dude, and I was like, oh, there's
yeah. When I'm breaking out of a prisoner of war camp, my first instinct is to fucking hit a Rana on some guy. One of my
Rana's a dude. Anyway, the rest of his team never escaped. They are presumed dead.
Yeah, how did they get that footage of Swerve doing the escape?
Do not think about that. Don't think about that at all. And then he's like, in Lucha Underground, I fight to forget. I fight because I can't. And he's like, I hope someday my brothers come home. He's holding out hope.
So I'm waiting until we get the Killshot zombie army marching.
So Killshot's backstory is officially that he was a former Navy SEAL who was a total fucking badass, but then his whole team got captured and he escaped as a POW. But the rest of his team is presumed dead.
And that's a hell of an angle to introduce, and we will touch on more of that later.
And then in the most insane tone shift.
Ow! Whiplash! My fucking neck!
We cut to Masquerita Sagrada backstage being
goofy ass fucking like upbeat peppy music.
Yeah, because he comes up to him is Famous B, who gives him his business card. And tells him to call it, and he says to call 423 Get Fame, and 423 Get Fame pops up on the screen like in a commercial.
This is Famous B's commercial. We're all just living in it.
Yep.
I'm all here for Famous B, like organizing the jobber squad under the 423 Get Fame umbrella. Please, God, give it to me. And
then we had a goat scene transition where after he turns around and walks away from Masquerita Sagrada. The music changes, but we get a no-cut long shot of Famous B walking out of the locker room as the Mac walks in to talk to Sexy Star, who is working out. And so we transition to the Mac and Sexy Star.
Who was the fucking cinematographer on Lucha Underground? This motherfucker is nuts. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse, but you can't say motherfucker isn't trying. I need to like find this guy, or girl, for all we know. But yes, so Dario put Mac on a trios team with Mari Bosa and Marty the Moth Martinez. And
Mac is like, can I have moral support from you, Sexy?
I want you to come to ringside.
No fucking way.
This is getting ridiculous. Are you in on it, Mac? Why are you doing this?
No, and when she is reasonably like, no, I'm not cool with that. Mac is like, hey, one day they're gonna pay for what they did to you. I just hope that you're there to collect. What the fuck, man? Brother,
exposure, radical exposure therapy doesn't work. I don't think we got any fucking studies on that. Please stop.
Calm your ass down. Anyway, but he does leave, and then Sexy Star starts working out again, but more aggressively as she has PTSD flashbacks.
Yeah, I love when PTSD makes me Hulk out while I'm working out and has no other negative effects on me whatsoever.
Lucha Underground, everyone in Lucha Underground, their intensity of their workout is entirely based on their emotional state. Like nothing else.
I know. Puma gets a little bit grumpy and all of a sudden he punches through an entire fucking bag.
Yeah, everyone, that's the way to get the hardest workouts in is get really upset.
God, we'll have to pull our resident gym bros on that one. Anyway, so also the Riddler is on his way. Yada da 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 da.
I mean, we do learn who the Riddler is.
Yeah, it's just Dragon Azteco.
It's just Dragon Azteco Jr. He's the one who's paid the fucking story.
We shouldn't be surprised, I guess. We saw him do shit like this. We we saw him do graffiti last season, so I don't know why they made it a whole like little surprise. But I don't know why he's painting a Riddler logo on the temple sign. But okay,
I can't wait to talk about that vignette. But
me neither.
Next match is the Crew and Joey Ryan versus the Moths and the Mac. And the note I wrote, the most can they coexist match to ever coexist.
Can the two trios teams coexist with each other in the ring as each individual trios team struggles to coexist amongst themselves on their own terms? The meta, the levels of coexist are over 9,000.
Yeah, because both trios teams are two people that work well together with one guy who they are not on good terms.
And it's really funny because Stryker rightfully points out that Dario seems to get off on putting together deeply fucked up trios teams.
I mean, he will do it again in the next episode.
Oh, we'll talk about that. And upon saying Stryker saying that, Vampiro's like, yeah, Dario's fucking fucked up and I hate him. And Stryker responds with, I did like this line unironically. Stryker says, whether or not Dario's sick or twisted has yet to be proven in a court of law.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Fair.
Dario has yet to be convicted of anything. If only there were some people around here who could help move that process along.
Anyway, here's Cortez Castro and Joey Ryan on team.
Yeah, weird. And then they're talking on commentary about the coexist of it all. And Vampiro says twice, yeah, I wonder if Cortez and Castro are going to be able to get along with Joey Ryan. And Stryker's like, you fucking dumbass.
He's like, well, Cortez and Castro are one person. I think you meant to say Cisco.
Oh my God, he's so stupid.
I want to say, though, is it like, I'm not sure we should put our faith in Joey Ryan here because Joey Ryan has the vibes of the most on-the-take cop I have ever seen.
Fucking real. He's just copping it up. But like he absolutely,
there's no way that this dude does not take bribes.
Oh,
I'm just looking at him and I'm like, he is on the take.
He opens up, I guarantee you, he opens up his fucking pants. Is like, yeah, drop the money right in there. Like, he just wants
where he puts the lollipops.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually a great storage compartment right up against his dick.
Yeah. Gross.
God.
Yeah, so the match is built pretty well around like the two regular tag teams, mostly ignoring their the partner they don't like.
Yeah, real.
Like a lot of it's the Crew versus the Moths is a huge part of the match.
It is, but okay, holy shit, no, I did get a lot of match notes on this one. I gotta give some of the rundown.
It's a really fun match.
This was maybe the best match of the two episodes that we watched.
Yeah, I would agree.
So, like, off the bat, I remember in season 1 kind of being mid on the Crew. I was like, these guys are just like here to fuck around and be goons, and they don't do much of anything. They're kind of fucking boring, and I don't care. Holy shit! They detach themselves from like gooning it up for Chavo or whoever else Rick. and Big Rick. And all of a sudden, Mr. Cisco is going the fuck off. So, like, it starts with him and the Mac, and bunch of random things that happen. At one point, Mac drives Mr. Cisco to the corner. Mr. Cisco stops himself from running into the ring post. Mac runs at him. Mr. Cisco turns, back elbows Mac, gets up to the top rope, and fucking jumps into an arm drag on Mac. That was crazy. And also great selling from Mac on that too, because he gets hit with the back elbow and he like turns 180 to like reel from it, and he manages to like stay with his back turned to Cisco until just the right moment that he needs to like turn back around to get caught in the arm drag. That was fucking incredible. Mac then is like,
that's a real tough skill to like a lot, like to be able to like have the timing for those dive moves to do them safely, but also make it look natural and not like you're standing there waiting to take the move. That's not something that I care about. I know some wrestling fans have very strong opinions about standing and waiting for dive moves. I don't have that opinion, but I do appreciate when you do a really good job to not make it look like you're standing there.
Yeah, it's like it's the same thing as when like dudes know exactly the like rare case where motherfuckers know exactly how to sell the setup to the 619, where like Eddie Guerrero was able to do this, where Ray would throw him into the rope, and then like Eddie would do this thing where he'd reel and he'd start to get up right as Ray was coming around to kick him, and it looks incredible. Like that is the best the 619 ever looks. Just like, yeah, when people are able to pull that off, fucking tremendous. Mac is like, all right, that's cute. Let me give it a try. So he at one point goes to the corner, does a fucking, like, holds a handstand on top of the ring post, which is nuts. And then, like, fucking flips back into arm dragging Cisco. That was crazy. Ron Funches is here in the audience. Neat.
That checks out, yeah, because some of the SoCal people, that are big wrestling nerds did pop up and did like watch Lucha Underground. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if we've seen it or I just mentioned it, but I'm pretty sure Danny Trejo is in the crowd of Lucha Underground at some point.
Really? I don't think we've seen that yet. You might have mentioned it, but I can't remember.
I feel super confident that happened. That at one point Danny Trejo was in the crowd.
That's fair. Also, fucking top rope Hurricane Rana from Cisco too. That was crazy. It leads to that. Now this is where we get to the part of the match you're talking about. Joey Ryan and Mariposa tag themselves in. Mariposa tossed around Joey.
I did love the point in the match where like I think it was Cisco who tries to hot tag to Cortez, and Joey Ryan gets his arm out in front of Cortez Castro and gets to tag himself.
Oh, like, they're bigly doing like Joey Ryan absolute egomaniac angle here.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it, but like the crew is coming out to their entrance and Joey Ryan runs out in front of them to pose.
Which is a funny, we get a funny reflection of that later in the next episode. But Mariposa then tags in Marty, who just immediately gets fucking drop kicked by Joey Ryan. Cortez Castro tags in. He and Cisco do a great double team where Cortez Castro gets Marty down in the corner, and fucking Cisco runs the ropes, and with perfect timing, Cortez Castro gets out of the way as Mr. Cisco fucking drop kicks keep in mind, Marty is like sitting down in the corner. Fucking Cortez Castro runs at him, drop kicks him, and then follows through on the drop kick, sliding through the bottom rope. And lands on his feet on the floor in the bottom. What the fuck?
Striker says the cleanest shave you'll ever get is how Striker put that.
Cisco, what the fuck? How you can do this shit? What? So Mr. Cisco's fucking going crazy. He at one point is back in the ring, goes for a springboard, but just gets kicked right in the face by Mariposa before he's able to launch. Woof. And Mac is meanwhile being totally shut out of this match from the Moth siblings.
Mac tries to do a suicide dive, and Mariposa gets in his way.
I know. It's so Dario's just here watching, like, yes, have dysfunction.
And the match kind of hits its end where Marty is wrestling. Mac chops him in the chest to get a tag. And then they start chopping each other.
Wait. I want to point out one spot before we do this, because this was fucking crazy. So the Mac tags himself in against Joey Ryan, hits a Samoan drop on Joey Ryan, kips up, and then moonsaults from standing. And then gets everybody to the outside, and he fucking like does a flip over the top rope onto everybody below. That was crazy. And then yeah, the Mac and Marty start tagging each other in heavy quotations.
Yeah, they start tagging each other. That's what Stryker says. Makes sense. That's a good joke.
I think Marty Elias or whoever was reffing was counting them as tags too. Was the funny part. They were actually tagging each other with the chops.
They do the chops, but in the end, the Mac hits a stunner on Marty, who then gets
and keep in mind, Marty is Marty fucking is he hits Matt, he chops Mac again, tagging himself in, making himself legal, and then Mac hits the stunner on him.
Hits a stunner, and then the crew hit the drive-by, and then Joey Ryan, who is legal for that team, just runs in and pins Marty and claims the win.
I know, and he's like, yes, this was all me!
I did it!
I did it! Starts aggressively celebrating in the ring. It was a great fucking match, though. Oh my god, that was awesome. Mac especially going crazy, which I'm all here for.
Then after the match, Mariposa attacks the Mac. But then in runs Sexy Star for the save. But for a minute, it looks like she is too overcome with a PTSD to help again. But then she just screams through it, and then she takes the attack to Mariposa.
Yeah, Mac was right. All she did need was exposure therapy. Fuck you.
All she needed to do was like run in a couple of times, and there we go. Okay, I guess that's how you solve all PTSD. I
don't think about it too hard.
Listen, this is about Sexy Star getting to physically fight her attackers and abusers. Do not put too much thought into the process.
The horrifying mental health implications.
Don't think too hard about that. This is wrestling where everything is solved in the ring, including mental health issues.
The answer is it's fine.
Then on the roof is El Dragon Azteca, and in comes Rey Mysterio in his Batman mask.
I know that mask was going fucking crazy.
His mask was just shaped like the Batman cowl. Like that's just what it was.
Cool. Fucking real. I mean, hey, he's a comic book guy. Let him have his fun.
He is. We'll get to that next episode. Well, because his outfit in the next episode is so obvious, even Stryker made references to it.
I missed it, so you'll have to point it out.
Okay. Well, Ray in his Batman mask is like, okay. Man, Matanza kicked your ass last week.
I don't think I've ever heard Rey Mysterio swear before. That I had to like rewind. I was like, wait, what did he say?
Yeah. But he basically is like, dude, you can't be fighting for revenge. You need to fight for honor and for pride. You know, you are trying to bring pride to this tribe, to our tribe. You can't just be going off on a vengeance quest. It'll never go good for you. You know, classics.
Instead, get bragging rights for our ancient Aztec tribe.
You know, classic hero narrative stuff of like vengeance.
Of course.
Vengeance is the way it will not be satisfying. You know, you got to do it the right way. Blah blah blah. And he has decided to help Dragon Azteca on this path by getting them entered into the Trios Tag Team Tournament with their partner Prince Puma. And he comes out and he's like, hey, chat, you know, and guess who our partner is? And Puma comes out, and then Puma speaks. He says, me.
What the fuck? He can talk? He can talk. He can talk. I can sing.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck are you saying?
Literally, what the fuck are you saying? And then so Ray says something that I don't know if he has mentioned before. I discovered Puma fighting on the streets. You did? Just like El Dragon Azteca found you. He did? I thought Azteca Jr. was just his son. He's not? He's just a fucking mentee?
Yeah, no, this is mentor-mentee. Like we're past the mask is being passed down in a non-familial relationship.
But I thought it was implied that so I guess Puma and El Dragon is like, we're just dudes on the fucking street until
a
couple roaming luchadors were like, I like the cut of your
in this
chin.
case, Ray, Conan, and El Dragon Azteca Senior.
Yes.
But then Puma talks. This ties into the thing this ties into what I was talking about of how he doesn't sound like a kid from Boyle Heights. He sounds like a guy from Kentucky.
Yeah, when he said me, it was fine, but then he says more than one word at a time, and it's like, oh, he's trying so hard to cover that Kentucky accent and failing so miserably.
And it's not working. I know you're Ricochet from
It's
Kentucky.
okay, Ricochet.
But they just stand on the roof looking pensively into the night.
It was a fucking epic pre-tape, though. That shot of them, all of the three of them on the roof, was sick as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, that was cool as hell.
So the dream team of babyfaces is here, I guess, because El Dragon Azteca and Rey Mysterio haven't been here long enough for Dario to have a good idea how to make their team fucked up. So
I know.
Like, what if we team with Puma? And he's like, fine, I guess.
Well, I probably also like Ray has enough clout that Dario's able to like be like, oh yeah, sure, I guess you can actually have a functioning tag team because I think you're cool or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yes. And then our main event, I'm sure Fenix will be fine. There's
only there's 7 minutes left in the episode. It'll be great.
Which easy squash for Fenix against Matanza, right?
Yeah, I think Fenix gets in like 3 moves tops.
Oh my god.
Striker whoops his ass.
Striker talks about how before the match was before they started filming, Dario whispered something in Matanza's ear in Spanish, and he asks Vampiro if he can translate. Which, does Striker not just speak Spanish at all?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, Fenix. All right, match starts. Fenix runs at Matanza.
Animo chants were enough. The Animo chants were not enough.
Yeah, they were talking real hard about the Animo chants. Vampiro said to say the Animo chants is like to cuss on TV, which I don't understand.
That doesn't sound right.
I don't fucking know. Because it means let's go or whatever, but I don't know. Maybe it's like let's fucking go or something. I don't goddamn know. Vampiro just says shit. Don't pay it any mind.
Animo is in in the most literal terms, cheer up.
Yeah.
It is. So I don't know where that idea comes from, but I feel like that's not right.
Vampiro just says shit. So Fenix runs at Matanza. Matanza just fucking like blocks him, and Fenix rebounds off and takes a nasty back bump.
Mm-hmm.
And then Matanza's like, oh, you like that bump? Let me give you more, and then just starts tossing Fenix the fuck around.
Fenix staggers Matanza a couple of times, but I don't think Matanza ever he falls to the ground.
Not remotely. And Dario's just on the side of the on the side of the ring,
encouraging
yelling at Matanza to make yelling in Spanish for Matanza to make Ray bleed, essentially.
The most interesting thing he says is "Remember mom, remember mother."
Yes, again,
which freaks out commentary because they didn't get the vignette where Dario talks about Matanza murdering his mother.
Yeah. Once again, bring legitimacy to the Lucha Underground roster's penchant for gaining extra power from deep traumatic past personal events.
He even has the symbol. He has a key.
Yeah, Dario hulking him out with the mommy issues, as you do. And yeah, just chanting for blood. Dario Cueto is just a hardcore fan with a little extra money. Fuck you.
Yeah, so Matanza whoops his ass. I mean, he hits him with the tour of the islands.
Striker on commentary asked, yes, which I do like that the consistency in like the syntax of the name of Jeff Cobb's finisher, the blank of the blank.
Mhm.
I do appreciate that. During as this match is speeding along, Stryker mentions how last week Matanza fucking hospitalized Penta, and he asks Vampiro about that, and Vampiro is now back to denying his connection with Penta. He's like, I don't know anything about that. Oh my fucking god, we saw you ride off in the ambulance. Stop it. Also, the crowd can't decide if they love or hate Matanza as he absolutely picks Ray Phoenix
Oh
apart.
no! Oh no!
Bastards.
We like the violence, but it's against the guy we like. Oh no! What do we do?
Yeah, sick fucking bastards. So yes, we end with the wrath of the islands or whatever.
Yeah, whatever we said.
The tour of the gods.
Tour of the gods. That's right.
That's
and then
right.
with the Matanza wins, and then he starts trying to attack Ray again. But Katrina is at the top of the stairs.
No. Before that, this was so funny. He starts beating down on Fenix after the match, and Marty Elias, who's reffing, is yelling at Dario to make this shit stop. And Dario goes, Don't stop! I fire you! This is your last day on the job if you stop.
I'll fire you too.
I will fire your whole ass if you make this stop.
This is pretty great.
Oh my god.
Katrina comes to the top of the stairs, holds up the rock, and then bam, Mil Muertes with the save.
Mil Muertes with the save, and the crowd just starts cheering for him because they have the memories of Goldfish, I suppose.
It's a face turn, sort of, kind of. I mean, not really, but
not really.
He helped Phoenix.
The enemy of my enemy.
Yep. Stryker was like, is he had to turn a new leaf with Phoenix, or is he just in pursuit of gold? And I think next episode will confirm it's just a pursuit of gold, really.
It's just the gold. He doesn't give a shit. But at least he doesn't actively beat up on Phoenix more. That was nice.
Yeah, he just leaves at that.
He's like, I've had my fun with you. I'm good. And then we fade out, literally fucking as Vampiro is doing his closing announcements, the sound starts fading out on him prematurely, which guys, production, I get it. I get sick of him too, but come on. You gotta uphold your standards.
We do have a show to do here.
Yes.
Then we cut into episode 12, which opens with Johnny Mundo, Taya, and Brian Cage in Dario's office, and you can guess where this goes.
Yes.
Now I will say this vignette is honestly hilarious.
It is.
It starts with the fact that we pan to Dario's desk, and I'm sure, and this isn't the first time we've seen it, but it kills me every time, is that his name plaque says, I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I feel like we had to have seen it before. This is my first time really clocking it, and I was like, didn't it used to say Dario Cueto? When did he get a new one?
I want to believe.
What is this Michael Scott ass shit on his desk? The Lucha Underground, The Office.
But he's like, trios tournament. I only want the best, and Johnny immediately guesses what this is about.
No. The first thing he says is, "Can I trust the three of you to behave? I just got the window fixed." Which, has the window been broken this whole time? I thought it was repaired by now. Katrina fucking fixed it.
Did she fix it? I don't even remember.
We definitely did not see a broken window just chilling there in previous episodes. Dario did not just get this fixed. Stop lying. Stop it.
Yeah. He hypes up trios tournament. Johnny's like, let me guess. You want us to be a team together? And then Kate's like, I got an idea. Why don't you give me a match with Mundo tonight? And Dario's like, No, I like my idea better.
Yeah, Dario says no heart emoji to Cage.
Yeah. And he's like, he talks up Cage and Mundo, and then he's like, and Taya, who I don't think we've met. I am Dario Cueto. And
I know.
And she goes, I know. And he's like, okay.
Doesn't.
But okay, Cage is like, whatever, with or without him, I'll win this tournament because I'm a man. And Dario's like, I'm not a man. He's like, you're a machine. Yeah, we know.
I know. Dario's just throwing all the disrespect on Cage between this and saying, "No, I like my idea better. Fuck you."
And then Cage walks out, and Johnny Mundo goes there, looking like, "Oh, man, not a man."
Dario goes, "Shut the fuck up.
Just win
Fuck up,
the
bitch. You're not cool. Stop acting like you're cool." But what did crack me up was Dario flat out admitting during this promo that he's just trying to recapture the magic of Menage a Trois brutality from last year.
He's like, last year the fucked up team won, so I guess we need all the fucked up teams.
Yeah, he's just trying to recapture the. Famously, just trying to duplicate the original in a sequel without any thought to what made it work in the first place. That's some top.
He's
top
trying
tier.
to Men in Black 2, the trios tournament.
It's basically just an endless series of callbacks. Okay, shut up. I get it. Save it for your blog.
Well, I think this trios tournament is better than Men in Black 2, so I think he's.
Hey yo. And then we open the episode proper. Conjunta Nueva Ola is back. I'm sure this is all part of the same filming block. Oh, you said this is part of the same filming.
Yeah,
block.
they're gonna film they film 6 episodes in this block.
Based a lot more Conjunta Nueva.
They're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, buddy. Our first match is Argenis versus Killshot, which Matt Stryker says it has been months since we saw Argenis in the ring.
No.
He was in Aztec Warfare.
And
then in the same breath, Stryker says that he was in Aztec Warfare. What the fuck do you mean, months?
It's like he only remembered in the right then and there that, oh yeah, he was in Aztec Warfare.
But yes, he's up against Killshot. Oh no, oh god, oh geez, he's going to die.
The match is what it was, I think.
Yeah. Stryker comments on Killshot because Killshot is now, after his backstory that he's totally had all along, all of a sudden is now coming to the ring in fucking military camo and dog tags. And Stryker comments on this and asks Vampiro, as a man of style, what it might do for Killshot's in-ring work. I have so many questions. I don't want any of them answered. The match starts and fucking Killshot just goes to work, just striking the shit out of Argenis. Vampiro says they could. I think they felt that one in Detroit. Can confirm.
Nay.
There was a random day in 2015 there was a random day in 2015 where I just stopped and I was like, I sense a disturbance in the force. And then
also, I looked it up and wanted to see if I could give Stryker the benefit of the doubt, as if they taped Aztec Warfare really far apart from this episode.
Yeah, because you wouldn't do a slip like that.
They taped Aztec Warfare the day before. So
really?
No. Yeah, this episode airs, obviously it airs 3 weeks after Aztec Warfare.
Yeah.
And this episode was taped a day before Aztec Warfare.
A day before?
Yeah, a day after, I mean. It's taped the day after. It's taped the day after Aztec Warfare. So what the fuck are you on about, Stryker?
Honestly, if it had taped the day before, that would have actually made sense for him to say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so commentary is wild. So they're hyping up Killshot's new vibe now that he's revealed his military allegiance and he's moving in a more military way now, which I don't entirely know what that means.
I don't see.
He's got a new energy at the very least, but why did he only just now decide to let his military background inspired him? Why not previously?
He decided to open up about his military trauma. He was keeping it hidden in season 1.
I guess. I guess you can make explanations, but this is just a retcon. Come on, guys. But okay, so
he was just gun guy in season 1.
He was just gun guy. He drives Argenis to the outside and does kind of the Swerve Strickland, the fingers up to his temple like a gun. Vampiro asks, why is he pointing a gun in his head? And Stryker says maybe he's thinking a new caliber of thoughts. Oh my god.
I kill shot when I drive. I kill shot when I drive.
Later on in the match, Stryker says that Killshot might want to cover his 6, which, oh god, Stryker's just going to start using military terms all the time with Killshot. Yes. Then after I wrote that note, he fucking says, looks like Arhennis might be suffering from PTSD here.
Fuck off,
Stryker. Too real.
Bro, imagine if Prince Nana managed Killshot.
He's also in like a mask and military script.
Can Prince Nana be the former like commanding officer of Killshot?
Oh shit, he comes back. It all makes sense now. That'd be fucking crazy. But yes, as one might predict, Killshot fucking kills Arhennis. And yada da 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 da. He's a military.
Top rope stomp and like a package pile driver
the top rope
you're
stomp.
done.
The kill stomp. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. After that, we go backstage, and El Dragon Azteca Jr. has got some shit to say to Black Lotus. He's like, "Why? How could you betray our master?" And she's like, "I haven't, man. He had me in a cage. Of course, he would kill me if I didn't pretend that I was on his side." And I would have believed that until he was like, "Who killed our master?" And she's like, "The monster."
Yep. Yeah, Black Lotus
when I lie.
I'm playing both sides, so that way I always come out on top.
So she's lying about her killing El Dragon Azteca Sr.
That's not concerning at all.
I'm sure that's not going to come back. That's not going to come back around.
Fine. It's fine.
And then Dario's in his office, though. He has got one of the hottest free agents in Mexico, Daga.
Who?
Yeah, Daga, man. He's reasonably. He was a reasonably big name in Mexico. Yeah, former AAA Latin American champion and former World Cruiserweight champion. I admit I don't really care for him. I think he's really boring. And so I don't have the thing. I most know him for the stuff he does eventually on this show, and for being married to Tessa Blanchard.
Really?
That's all I got.
Really?
Yeah,
that's okay. That's fun.
He stood with her through the racism and bullying controversy, and then they broke up.
Really? Oh no!
What a happy ending for all. Anyway, I think Daga is super boring, and so he's like, Dario was like, "Hey, you know what these things are on my desk?" Because he's got the 7 medallions, and he's like, and Daga's like, "Looks like gold coins to me."
Yeah, and Dario's like, "What the fuck?"
You
asked, Dario. What? It was an open-ended question. Don't get mad if someone gets it wrong.
He's like, "This is the medallion."
Yes.
He explains the concept of the gift of the gods to Daga, and he's like, "I've heard a lot of good things, but I need to see it for myself. So tonight, you're gonna face the most dangerous, cold-blooded man I've ever known, without the name Cueto."
Yes, that was cute.
Tejano, and Daga's response is, "Well, that's only because you don't know me." Whatever.
And here we go. We're jumping right into it.
Tejano versus Daga, the most I don't give a shit match in a long time in Lucha Underground.
I get that Tejano's a big deal. I am incapable of giving a shit about him, and I don't know why. Something about him is just so fucking boring to me.
Okay, sometimes I like him, rarely.
Yeah.
Daga I like never. So whatever.
Yeah, this is a lot. I was expecting Daga to impress me. He did not. Vampiro says of Daga, as crazy as it sounds, he's adopted the style of a Japanese wrestling guy, which, first of all, lol, nice use of your words. Second of all, no, that's not crazy. for luchadors to do that. Hey, Vampiro.
A lot of luchadors have trained in Mexico, Japan.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, Vampiro. Pentagon does that. Pentagon is one of those guys. Your own dude. Yeah. What the fuck are you talking about?
Like a lot of Japanese wrestlers get work / training in Japan.
Yeah,
like a lot of them.
LIJ.
You know? Yeah.
Like, goddamn. Okay. Also, it was today that I learned it's in the I don't give a shit about Tejano category. The heartbreaking news that Tejano is, or at least was, the longest reigning AAA Mega Champ in history. How?
I gotta confirm that. Hold on.
That's what they said. I don't think they were fucking lying. Maybe he's not anymore a decade later.
The AAA Mega Champ. This is I gotta know.
I didn't want to.
I mean, all right. I mean, Vikingo's been champion for almost 3 years now, so that might. We will see.
Wait, really? I thought he only won it last year.
He won it in 2021, my man.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, Vikingo.
Tejano has been passed twice as the
735. Kenny Omega.
Had 765 with half the defenses. That's incredible. And then Vikingo has had 13 defenses in 790 days.
That's correct. Wait, what the shit? I guess fucking AAA doesn't get together all that much, but holy hell. Tejano, gotta give it up to him. He fucking beat Kenny Omega's ass for defenses. Jesus Christ, these motherfuckers do not hold the belt for long. Most of these are single defense runs. What the shit?
Yeah, and then you got these long ones where like Fenix was champion for a year and defended it twice.
Yeah, what the shit?
It's my understanding is that Conan, who is the booker of AAA.
Oh, our favorite guy.
My understanding is that AAA, like in terms of what draws, like hair versus Lucha de Apuestas draws more than championship matches do. And so they book the cards around those. And like AAA is willing to kind of like not care about the defense of their titles as long as they get him on dudes who will work American indies with the belt on. Like like guys like Fenix and Kenny Omega having the belt for a year, or Jeff Jarrett being a 2-time Mega Champion.
Wait, what?
Jeff Jarrett has won the belt twice.
Wait, also okay. So
Tejano's like a Mexican dude. Is like a Mexican dude. You know?
Tejano fucking has he doesn't have the longest single reign anymore, but he does have the longest combined reign of most 1,100 days.
Also, El Messias there, the 4-time that you're looking, David, the 4-time champion. That's Mil Muertes. That's El Messias.
Really?
Mil Muertes.
Oh my God, he doesn't wear a mask. I feel dirty.
Yeah, but anyway, as I was saying, is they look at these dudes who wrestle a lot outside of America and holding on to their world title and see that as kind of just like advertising for AAA. They see guys like FTR having their tag belts and Kenny Omega having their singles belt is just a way to get American viewers to watch AAA. So they don't give a shit about these guys appearing on AAA all the time and defending the belt constantly.
How the fuck do you book Luchas de Apuestas that often? I feel like that loses its magic if you're doing it on a regular basis.
I mean, you can always grow your hair back or come some bullshit about how you have a different mask now. You know how it goes. You can always bullshit some way. Carney's some bullshit some way how that works.
Fucking hate Conan, dude. Okay.
But now main events in AAA are always going to be like if between like a Lucha de Apuestas and a title match, like Lucha de Apuestas is main eventing. Like that's the draw match. We don't give a shit about that other stuff. Belts, who cares? Belts are fake, bro.
Yeah,
belts are fake. The heat's real.
I can hear Conan in my head saying that exact quote. Fuck off. And I guarantee you, now fucking like most of Vikingo's defenses have been on AEW. I fucking guarantee you.
I don't. It doesn't have a list here, but him and Tejano are the only people who have had 5 successful defenses in one title reign.
No, Kenny did too. Because I don't think.
Oh no, sorry, Kenny had 5.
Yeah, because this list isn't counting unsuccessful defenses as defenses. That's why motherfuckers have 0 defenses listed.
El Messias, Mr. Mil Muertes has held the belt 4 times and has, let me count here, 3 successful defenses.
When your number of title reigns is ratioing your successful defenses,
not a good time, I'll tell you that. You are averaging less than 1 successful title defense per reign.
What the shit, dude? Jared has that shit too. 2 reigns and 1 successful defense. Fuck off.
My world.
Oh my god. Oh no, wait. No, 0. Wait. Jeff, no, okay, 1. No, never mind. He has 1. He has 1. Never mind.
He had 1 in 1 reign. He had in his other reign. He had 1.
Okay, so
meanwhile, Vikingo has like 13.
Anyway, Tejano versus Dago. Oh yeah, we were anything to not talk about this match. Yeah.
Tejano gets to sit out powerbomb for the win. Fuck you.
I did.
You're not getting a win.
I did get like 1. I got like a couple little things. So there is a funny spot where Tejano like crotches Daga on the top rope and then like fixes Daga's hair a little bit. Aww. Stryker is getting excited about a spot, and I swear to God, I hear him speak Spanish. What do you or do you not, sir?
I feel like he knows phrases
sure
that are related to wrestling.
Daga,
and that's it.
Daga's just throwing around Tejano on the outside and then rolling in and out of the ring to reset the count a bunch. That's funny. And then yeah, damn, set up powerbomb for the win. I guess Daga isn't that hot shit after all. Yada da da da.
Nah, that's the second guy this season they've debuted in a loss.
That's so crazy.
Him and PJ Black.
I know, subvert those expectations.
But anyway, Tejano is the first medallion holder as the chase for the Gift of the Gods title is back.
It's back on, baby. Hopefully we get more exciting competitors than Tejano.
Backstage, Mil Muertes is praying to who we don't know, because I thought he kind of just worshipped Katrina, but I don't know. He's praying. Katrina pops in and is like, the disciples wish to beg for your forgiveness.
Yeah, the DOD.
This was hilarious to me. Is she raises the rock and then the lightning shoots up out of the ground and the disciples rise up.
Aren't they supposed to be drawing their powers from like electrical outlets or whatever nearby? What is happening? Yeah.
Why were they in the ground?
Buzz, like, yeah. Were they just like fucking worming on their stomachs along with Katrina, to like hide from the camera?
I got questions.
You make a great point.
This was funny though, because they're like, they wish to beg for your forgiveness, and here is the following chain of events in order, completely. The disciples get down on one knee and kneel before Mil Muertes. Mil Muertes turns around. He says, rise. They rise. And then Katrina tells them to leave.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, okay, good enough. You guys are good to go. Thanks.
Get the fuck out.
I'll make sure you get paid for the day.
But anyway, she mentions they have got their way into the trios tournament. Finally, one of the few real teams in here.
And it's the one
have a match next week.
It's the one I like want to see lose the most first round. Like, please God, just fucking die already.
Anyway, she's like, next week, it's all coming together. But she warns that next week, is that Matanza is more devastating than any foe you've faced yet. might even be more devastating than the earthquake that made you. And this triggers Mil Muertes, who just starts.
Yeah, his face kind of looks like he's constipated. Maybe he needs to see a doctor. Can zombies see doctor? Can zombies have fecal tract problems? Is this a
That's
common?
an interesting question.
Thank you. I pride myself on those.
I think we got to really dig into this.
I
But yeah, so this segment was weird, but I think it felt like it tried to do two different things and did neither thing.
Yeah, I know. Please God,
but it was really funny that she was like, he might even be worse than the earthquake, and he just goes into a fit of rage at the thought
of the earthquake. He's watching. Mil Muertes watches Golden Era WWF, and every time
and just screams
every time the earthquake comes on.
He wasn't made in an earthquake. He's just a mortal enemy of the wrestler.
No, oh God. No, get it out of here. Fuck, we went too far. So yes. It's time for the main event. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Azteca and Puma enter through the crowd. Is Rey doing Daredevil? Question mark?
Flash.
Flash. Oh, well, fuck.
Which Stryker says something in a flash, and then at one point he's like faster than Barry Allen.
Oh, damn, I missed both of those. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's bad. Puma comes out wearing his Puma head, and Dragon Azteca similarly comes out wearing like, I don't know, a fucking like paper mache dragon head. Which I was like, he's a scaly. But according to Vampiro, this is actually like
it's never a great sign,
derived from. But here's the thing, because of shit like the Gringo thing, I don't know. But so according to Vampiro, this is actually traditional like Aztec garb, which I don't know.
Which I mean, I guess. I mean, this is made. I mean, we're in made up show lore about Aztec traditions.
Yeah.
So I guess it can be legit.
But also maybe there's art of such things. I don't fucking know. Whatever. All right. Oh, and so the reflection of what we got. So the very first match, trios match, Joey Ryan comes out with the crew. The crew are just kind of walking out doing their thing. Joey Ryan like brushes past them and poses. Cage, Taya, and Johnny are coming out. Johnny and Taya stop to pose, and Cage just fucking walks through them like, get the fuck out of my way.
Get that fuck out of here.
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
Yeah.
We open with Cage versus Dragon Azteca. I didn't take many notes on this first matchup.
I also didn't.
Cage. No, I got so. I on the match as a whole, but like on this specific matchup to start, what I did get is Cage drives Dragon Azteca into the corner, grabs his leg. Dragon Azteca goes, "You forgot about my other leg, dumbass," and kicks him in the head. We eventually transition into Puma versus Johnny Mundo. The chain wrestling. These motherfuckers are just flipping over and around each other, dodging all of each other's attacks. Puma tries to run the ropes. Taya trips him and tags herself in. Stryker refers to Taya as the lead singer of Gem and the Holograms. Okay, that's actually kind of cute. And then it's just take turns, like everybody dick down on Puma on this team. So Taya tries to fuck with Puma. Puma says no. So then Cade tags himself in and goes for the fucking power bomb on Puma. He's throwing Puma around. Puma's trying to mount a defense. Johnny Mundo is on the outside. He grabs a chair from the outside. Taya distracts the ref, and Johnny Mundo throws the chair at Cage, and Cage just fucking throws it back at him. And Johnny's like, "You stupid idiot, dumbass." And then El Dragon Azteca comes back in. And I'm realizing, oh boy, we're tagging in everybody with Rey Mysterio. We're building to that hot tag.
That tag's gonna hit like crack.
True. Vampiro random wholesome moment. Vampiro compliments Matt's commentary work. It was very funny. After earlier, I was like, man, Matt's kind of fucking basic. But Vampiro's like, you make me fall in love with wrestling all over again. You're so good at what you do. And I'm like, aw, I ship it.
That's nice.
Somebody write some fan fiction, please. I'm commissioning it.
Hey, you know what? I do have to.
No, oh my god. I guarantee you it doesn't exist. I mean, there's no way, right?
I want to believe there is Lucha Underground fan fiction.
In a world where Shield fan fiction was weirdly prolific for a while, maybe, just maybe.
No, there's no tag for Lucha Underground on AAO3.
Sounds like you know what you have to do.
Ugh.
Anyway. But anyway, we do in fact build to the Rey Mysterio hot tag.
And there's 43 tags for Pro Wrestling Guerrilla.
What the fuck? Damn.
Get the PWG ship fix of Kevin Steen and El Generico.
Oh, well, okay, that does explain it. Everyone's writing the Generico X Steen smut.
Absolutely.
Oh my god. I wonder what's under that.
Enemies
mask.
to lovers. Let's go.
Enemies to lovers and back to enemies again. Yeah, so... anyway, Ray does get the hot tag. He jumps off the top rope and sits on Johnny's face and tells him that he loves him. Throws... Yeah, of course. Every time I see that specific spot, especially from Ray, because what he does, someone will be like facing him in the corner. He jumps in the top rope, fucking spread eagles his legs, just lands right on their fucking face. Sit on my face. So he beats up Johnny a little bit, throws Johnny to the corner. Taya tries to charge at Ray, and Ray ducks out of the way, driving Taya's head directly into her husband's crotch. Right up in there.
Oh, that spot was... I can't believe they didn't try to make a blowjob joke on that, because I thought of... it's supposed to be a blowjob joke, right?
Yeah.
Like...
I was like, Johnny K or Johnny Mundo is all too familiar with this image right now. Yeah,
getting head, but then Stryker and Vampiro don't say a word about it.
Maybe it's because they're married, so they can't be as obnoxious about it as, I don't know, if they were unrelated. Vampiro's like, where's the fun in that?
But then Mysterio crotches Johnny again, this time on the top.
Yes.
Johnny's Mundo's not doing great on this episode.
No, I command you to stop. Johnny's Mundos, fuck off. He lines up Taya and Johnny for a dual 619, but they nope out of it. But this is crazy though. They nope out of it onto the floor. So Ray goes up to the ring ropes, stands on the middle rope, his legs kind of spread, and fucking Puma gets in the ring, charges, and Tope Suicidas through Ray's legs onto Johnny and Taya below.
Ray is not a big dude. He can't spread his legs.
To be fair, Rey Mysterio can spread his legs for the legs he got. He can spread his motherfucking legs. But
he is a short king, and there's only so much room, crazy. And Puma slid on under.
Utterly fucking crazy. That was so cool. And then we eventually get back in the ring. Cage becomes the legal man. Double fucking lariats Puma and Dragon Azteca at the same time. Goes to the corner where Ray's sitting on the top of the turnbuckle. Survives a face kick from Ray. Turns around, catches Ray out of midair, and delivers a nasty belly to belly to Ray, which was crazy. Cage is just kind of not selling for Ray to start off their confrontation, which is bad fucking ass. He tries to get Puma into the Weapon X. Puma wriggles out of it. So Johnny Cage runs in, tries to go for the springboard, and you'll be shocked to learn.
He just kicks Cage in the face.
Yeah, you'll be shocked to learn that this junction had a malfunction. So Cage, taking it well,
Cage is like, fine.
Disc lariats Johnny. Fucking this feels familiar to something we've seen recently. This is the formula for this trios tournament has been set out a little bit, I think.
Yeah, so Mysterio hits a moonsault onto Cage to get him out of the ring. And then Mundo is legal, to be fair, to be clear here. And then Mundo eats everyone's finishers.
Fucking
The 619, the spinny pizza DDT,
the spinny
and then
oh my god!
the pizza DDT.
Oh my god! You're fucking right! Because in order for Dragon Azteca to execute that,
That's
he needs his partner to fucking because I don't even know what he does, but he like gets up on like horizontal on his partner's shoulders and he relies on his partner very visibly, tossing him in the air like a spicy pizza pie. I'm a Luigi Primo. I'm making the
El Dragon's gonna make it a pizza, and then when Puma hits the 630 for the win.
That fucking I cook it.
El Dragon Azteca is cooking the pizza for Matanza Cueto.
Oh god. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I'm referring to it like that. Every time from now on, every time we see the it's just gonna be I go get the pizza. Okay. Ooh, that got me. That got me.
Glad to help.
Because I noticed it, and I was like, man, sure is crazy how Johnny just fucking tossed him in the air like that, and it even got a little bit of like that imagery in my mind, but I didn't fully connect the dot to he said anything. Okay, so, crazy fucking ending sequence. Johnny Mundo once again goes to hell and fucking dies. At least he didn't bail out on Taya this time. And Team Good Guy is advancing in the trios tournament, and Cage takes this well.
It's incredible. The team with the most cohesion won.
No, but last year Menage a Trois Brutality won. What happened? Yeah. Dario, you're an idiot. Stop it. But yes. We've just seen two refutations of this in a row, by the way. Both of the fucked up teams that Dario put together lost miserably to the comparatively not fucked up teams that Dario.
Yep. He tried to make it work again, and it didn't.
Anyway,
we get a post-credits scene where Dario is talking to Matanza in his cage about next week, and I wrote he emotionally manipulates him as to why he has to be in the cage. I did actually quote the whole thing.
Please.
When he's talking to him about the cage, he's like, you understand why you must stay here, right? You are the most valuable thing in the world to me. And what do we do with our valuables? We lock them away so no one can steal them. And then he gently caresses his brother's face. He's like, no one understands the beauty of your destruction like I do.
His fucking turtle shell face.
So next week, make me proud and bring death to the dead.
And Matanza says, out there living in the sun. Anyway. Give me one day. I mean, he starts fucking like shaking on his cage bars and oh yeah, I'm sure he just loves chilling in that fucking cage all the time. You're doing great, Dario. This isn't gonna blow up in your face.
But it's like he said, is that he keeps his brother in a cage because no one understands Matanza like Dario was, and he's doing it because he loves his brother so much.
No other reason.
He's got to protect him from everyone else.
True. I mean, it's kind of believable when he's like
Dario says brother knows best.
No, oh yeah, that's it. You know what? I'll give it to you. Well, because actually, the first place my mind went to was another fucking Rapunzel bit of like adaptation. Stay with me, the world is dark and wild. You know, there's so much to draw from. You know, but yes.
Yeah.
So
he is a Rapunzel. Matanza Cueto is Rapunzel looking for his prince
Matanza,
to get him out of the...
let down your eldritch
Wait,
tendrils
no,
to me.
no.
So yeah, everything's going great in the temple. Please don't worry about any turmoil that is occurring between very powerful and dangerous people / entities. It's fine. It's fine. It is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Good fucking episodes though. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was fun times as always here on Lucha Underground.
Agreed.
And we'll be back soon enough to continue these plot threads as season 2 is kicking it into high gear.
Yeah, somehow an even higher gear. It just keeps getting higher every time.
Yep. But then that's for another time. Next time though, we return to 2006.
What a year.
Where Vince McMahon continues to be extremely normal. He lost a match to one of the greatest wrestlers of all time and decided that only happened because God intervened. And so I have to fight God.
Obviously.
That's what he determined that he needed
fight God
to do.
alongside the product of his semen. Thank you.
He calls his son the product of his semen.
And then proceeds to wonder aloud why his son is so mentally fucked up.
I even invite him to, I invite him to come along with threesomes with me, and he always turns me down. Though. I don't understand.
Nope, not gonna go there. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's gonna be a fun.
We'll get more into that. We'll get more into that.
Fun little discussion. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. We're having a guest star episode. We're gonna open with a.
And I have to talk. And I gotta open about fucking Vince McMahon rape allegations.
It's fine.
And I gotta give my justification for why we're still doing this. Story arc.
Something art versus artist.
Yeah, anyway, so that's next week. Until then, David, hit the plug.
Yes, sir, dear friends. Thank you all so much for joining us on yet another episode of the Noobs and Knockouts podcast. We are so delighted to have you around here. Returning listeners, viewers, what have you. You all know the drill. Thank you all so much for welcoming us back into your eardrums, your eyeballs, whatever the hell it is you use to consume our content. Once more, we're just so happy that you guys love us and follow along with us and all that good shit. New people. Hey, hi, how's it going? Welcome to the show. We here at the Noobs and Knockouts podcast like to think we are friendly to both noobs and knockouts alike. So whether you're brand new to the wild, wacky world of wrestling or you're a veteran of all the weird bullshit, either way, we are just so happy that you decided to join us. We hope you had a good time, and we hope you want to keep joining us week after week after week. And I'm going to tell you all the ways you can do so. First and foremost, of course, you can find us on YouTube. We are the Noobs and Knockouts podcast on YouTube. Hit subscribe, ring that bell, make sure it turns a nice little solid color so you get notifications every single time we drop a brand new episode. Give us all of that sweet YouTube engagement. Helps out our metrics a lot. Check out all of our playlists as well. Austin has been kind enough to organize all of the storylines that we follow into their own separate playlists so that if you want to follow something all the way down without having to skip around a whole lot, you have that option. It's great. And you can see our beautiful faces, and see in real time what it's like to watch me realize just how much Dragon Azteca cook into pizza. Or
watch us make a grip.
True. If you want the visual aids to the very technical things we discussed on this podcast, yes. So, video version on YouTube, check it. But if you are one of those audio only perverts, we understand, we got you. You can find us on 3 of the best places to find your podcast, which of course are Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. Come give us a listen there. Download our show so you can listen to us offline. We also would appreciate some sweet engagement in the forms of ratings and reviews if you're so inclined. Maybe some nice little 5 stars. Maybe some nice kind words that say more people should be listening to our awesome, hilarious show. Just a suggestion. And all that good shit. Enjoy us. Video or audio, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. But hey, we exist past this admittedly very colorful void that we find ourselves in week after week. You can find us on a couple other places on the internet as well. First and foremost, of course, is our Twitter account. You can find us at Noobs and Knox Pod on Twitter. That's at Noobs, the letter N, Knox Pod on Twitter. Come check us out. We do the whole Twitter thing. We meme along with the IWC. We melt our brains by engaging in discourse with the IWC. Things got spicy this last week, let me tell you. Boopity boppity. We also post every single time we drop a brand new episode, so you guys always know what the hell is going on. Highlight of our Twitter is, of course, weekly wrestling live tweeting every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on TBS. We are watching and tweeting about AEW Dynamite. And just having a grand old time there, engaging with the Twitterverse as Dynamite airs. On top of that, sometimes I am a little weirdo freak mark when it comes to AEW. So sometimes when I have the time, I'll tweet along to AEW Rampage at 10 p.m. on Friday evenings on TNT.
We are getting down to the
wire. We got 15 minutes. I'm ready to go. All right. I'm speeding this along. I'm doing this shit great. All right. So you'll see if we get it tonight. On TNT. And sometimes I will also watch and tweet about AEW Collision on TNT on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. They are all right for fighting, or so some people tell me. And so, either way, no matter what I'm tweeting about, be sure to, check out, see if we are doing our live tweeting, and hang out with us and all that. On top of that, Austin is even more of a little weirdo freak who follows all of the big three major American wrestling promotions and likes to tell you guys all the hell about them, so you guys know what's going on in the wrestling world. Maybe let the noobs know how you guys can start to really dive into this shit, and give us a brief chance to talk about what the hell's going on in the world of wrestling, with all of the very least, the three major company pay-per-views. My friend, what is on the docket coming up?
All right, let's start with TNA. They've had a big week. They've had a big time since we last were here, because the Knockouts champion Jordan Grace was in the Royal Rumble.
That was fucking wild.
I did have that spoiled on me.
I also had that spoiled on me.
But I was also like, what the I still couldn't really believe it when I saw it happen.
Yeah. Well.
She was in the Rumble, did great.
She did.
Was like, yeah, I'll take a KOD to the apron. That's how you can eliminate
Holy
me.
shit, that was so nuts.
And apparently she was like, yes, she told Bianca, is like, hey, if you don't feel comfortable putting me on the apron, you can just dump my ass on the floor. I got it.
Oh my god, she's so cool.
Like, fuck it. Fucking indie wrestlers, man.
Bro, she's so
They're like, whatever.
She is so fucking cool. Get the fuck out of here. God damn.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, TNA, you can watch them every week, 8 o'clock on Thursdays on Access TV. But guess what? A lot of people don't have that channel. They're on that channel because the company that owns them owns that channel. But if more realistically, this is how I even watch, is if you pay $1 a month on YouTube for a YouTube membership, you can watch every episode of TNA every week, commercial free, starting at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube.
Pretty fucking cool.
Yep. In addition, their stream, or I think you can. I think if you're a TNA Plus subscriber, you can watch live now. I think that is also.
Oh shit! Yeah, they updated the shit out of that thing, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but anyway, their streaming service is TNA Plus, that you can buy pay-per-views through TNA Plus. Now that's new and exciting that I didn't know about. So cool. But also until Hard to Kill. But they also have a lot of, when on months they don't have pay-per-views, they have TNA Plus exclusive specials. And upcoming on February 23rd is one such special. No Surrender.
Oh, I don't like surrendering.
So no, fuck surrendering. So far, we got 2 matches. Jordan Grace defending her Knockouts championship against the quintessential diva Giselle Shaw, who won the women's X division, the Ultimate X match, and is cashing in that big plastic X.
Oh God.
For a match on at No Surrender. And then the TNA World Championship, Moose.
Choo-choo.
Defending his TNA World Championship against Alex Shelley, getting his automatic rematch clause here.
Crazy.
But Shelley better watch out, because Moose has got the system behind him. And I don't mean that metaphorically. I mean that his faction is literally called the System.
That seems appropriately like
him,
macho and dorky for Moose.
It's him, Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, and Alicia Edwards.
Oh shit. Okay. God damn.
The finest in TNA's heels.
But then the System better watch their ass, because they have the one-man powerhouse of Nick fucking Nemeth coming after him. Let's go.
Yep. So that's what's going on in TNA. Then in for WWE. Want to follow them every week. Monday nights on Raw on 8 o'clock at USA Network. Until next year they go to fucking Netflix. That's all right.
Boy.
And then can't get ready to pay out the ass for the commercial-free cut of Raw, boys.
God. Oh,
and then SmackDown at 8 o'clock on Fridays on Fox until they go back to USA Network. They're heading to a land down under for the Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber, mate.
Yep. The Elimination Chamber is very simple. All you have to do is 6 people enter. The first two people start. Every 5 minutes, another person enters the match, and last man standing wins.
Yep, that is pretty standard.
So far, we only have one match set, as the Judgment Day are defending their tag team titles against Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. To be announced, they're running
Tyler Bate.
Yeah, the former British Strong Style is back together.
Oh shit.
A lot of people don't really know what this card is going to be like, because let me run this down for you. Roman Reigns will not be there. Seth Rollins
Not here.
Not there.
Not here.
CM Punk not here. Gunther will not be here.
Oh shit.
The word on the street is he is trying to establish residency within the United States.
Oh really? Good for him.
So he cannot be leaving the country. So,
well, good for him. I'm legitimately very excited for him. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool, but also it's
God damn it.
Okay, I guess we're building a show around Rhea Ripley, who is at least Australian.
Oh.
And nothing else?
You know.
And who else?
Just the Judgment Day. You know, they can they can probably carry a pay-per-view. It's fine.
Judgment Day is holding it down.
True. It sounds about right.
An Elimination Chamber. But yeah, so the Judgment Day will have to defend their tag team titles. So far, that's the only match that we have set so far, but we are a couple weeks away.
Hell yeah. And then, did we get AEW?
Yeah, AEW upcoming on March 3rd live on pay-per-view is Revolution. It is the final match of Sting's career.
Fucking crazy. Holy shit.
And we already got quite a few matches set up for a Revolution. Obviously, you have Sting's retirement match, Sting and Darby Allin versus to be determined. Though probably they might be tag champs.
Yeah,
which is it adds an interesting dynamic to whether if anyone's gonna do the job.
But
part of me thought Sting was going out on top here, but if he's got the tag belts,
I don't know. Like, I almost wonder though if next week they lose to Big Bill and Ricky Starks, because like Sting is famously undefeated in AEW. So he's got to get a one.
They've been hyping up that he's unbeaten, and the rankings say they're number one contenders. And it's like, are they really going to, like, what are we going to do with a tag title?
Absolutely
with it.
Fucking crazy.
We don't know.
Yeah, this is a crazy wrinkle to throw in there, and I am so pumped to see what the fuck happens. It's about to be crazy.
Yeah. But outside of Sting, man, I'm gonna feel bad not being able to do that anymore.
I know.
We also have the AEW International Championship matches. Orange Cassidy, who I guess still has this belt.
He does.
I don't know. Kind of hope. I hope he loses.
I
this
do
match.
too, but also like, man, I do love the OC title defenses. They're always fucking crazy.
I just feel like this second title was kind of whatever. Like his first reign was so awesome, and then they kind of just throw it back on him because injuries happened, and now it's just like whatever.
No,
like,
that's valid.
But he's facing Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Kingdom, who are like half injured already.
I know.
But Roddy is next strong, and he's going to punch Orange Cassidy in the wiener, hit him with a pile driver, and he's going to win the International Championship.
I'm fucking ready for it. I'm here.
And then speaking of Swerve, we talked about Mr. Killshot on this episode. The World Championship, Samoa Joe will be defending against Swerve Strickland or Adam Page.
Yes.
I hope that Samoa Joe doesn't try to do something to like interfere with Swerve and Hangman having a number one contendership match or anything. Hope he doesn't try to do that. And who knows what can happen?
Maybe a slightly different match stipulation. So something could happen. You never know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's no heel gambit that has failed more, than I'm going to interrupt a number one contenders match so I have no number one contender.
See, I feel like Joe's smarter than that. My theory is it's going to go to a draw. It's going to go to a time limit draw, and then they
and then that's how he
gets the three-way. That's my
Then for the AEW Women's Championship, it's timeless Toni Storm.
Oh my God!
Versus Deonna Purrazzo.
Deonna Purrazzo, who's very salty about the fact that Toni Storm has disowned their matching tattoo.
But hey, as Tony puts it, she had Virtuosa once, and she will not be telling anyone where or who she got it from.
Timeless Toni Storm is the best gimmick. It's just the best gimmick.
I love Toni Storm found all the old-timey euphemisms for vagina and is now just threatening to punch people in the box. and getting away with it.
And the fucking best part is what's her nuts? Mariah May was like, "Hey Tony, are you gonna watch my match on Dynamite next week?" And Tony's like, "Oh darling, I would love to. Where is it?" And Mariah May says where it is, and she's like, "Oh no, I couldn't possibly. They want me in that state for something with like horse betting or something. I don't know. Just all of the goofy.
Can't be in New Jersey. Afraid.
I know. Oh my God. Or no, it was Phoenix or something. I don't fucking know. Either way.
All about Mariah.
All about Mariah. True. We're jumping from Sunset Boulevard to All About Eve. I'm fucking here for it.
Yep. Also, I love that they have managed to work the black and white effects to only include Toni Storm.
I know.
That split screen promo where Deonna was in color and Toni was in black and white on the stage was amazing.
Fucking crazy, dude. Oh, I love that shit. Anyway.
But yeah, that's gonna be a highlight of the pay-per-view, I feel.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, that is what is upcoming for AEW.
Hell yeah. That's what's coming for all of them. Be sure to check out all that shit again. If you're a noob, especially, we like to kind of give you guys all these big details on what you can watch. The pay-per-views are kind of great jumping on points. You get some good matches, some storylines ending, storylines starting up. If you want to kind of take a little sampler platter, there's all your info for you. And if you like listening to us ramble about wrestling for several hours on end on this show, you'll fucking enjoy it over on the Twitter the voices carry over. I think we're pretty fun guys to hang out and watch wrestling with, even in a virtual space. So, there you go. Be sure to check all of that out on the Twitter at Noobs and Knox Pod. Of course, if you want to get in more direct and long-form contact with us, you can email us at noobsandknockoutspod@gmail.com. That's noobs, the word and this time, knockoutspod@gmail.com. Tell us what you think about the show, what you want to see us cover on the show. Tell us how amazing and or based our hot takes are. Start discourse or just say hi. We love people saying hi. We would love to say hi back. noobsandknockoutspod@gmail.com. And of course, finally, you can also find us on Patreon. We are also the Noobs and Knockouts podcast on Patreon. The link for that is in our Twitter. $1 a month gets you early access to episodes and a shout out at the end of each episode. Shout out to friends of the show, the Sugar Daddy, and El Lucha Dead, $, two of our boys. We love you guys so much. Thank you for contributing your $signs to us. It's all three. And we hope you enjoy your perks. If you want to enjoy your perks along with our friends of the show, you can do so over on the Patreon. Just a single little $1 a month helps out this show tremendously. And you get a couple of cool things out of it. So be sure to check all of that out. Noobs and Knockouts podcast on Patreon. Once again, the link for that is in our Twitter.
See y'all next time.
Hasta luego.